Hey, back for another one. You like the intro for the last video? I thought it was kind of funny. A friend of mine called, was like, man, what in the world? I did it just for some laughs. But scrolling through some of these articles, I see from Fox News, it say Biden's DOJ opposed a court decision allowing Derek Chauvin's chance to examine George Floyd's heart. I didn't realize that was a thing. You know, it's kind of, is it just timing? Right before inauguration, he come up for some, hey man, you know what, we forgot to do this. Yeah, okay. Y'all just forgot evidence or something. Let's see what it got to say. It says federal prosecutors in Minnesota are asking the judge to reconsider his decision to allow former Minnesota police officer Derek Chauvin to re-examine George Floyd's heart as part of an appeal after he was convicted of violating George Floyd's civil rights. United States District Court Judge Paul Magnuson ordered on Monday that Chauvin's lawyer be allowed access to Floyd's heart tissue, his histology slides, photographs of his heart, and samples of Floyd's bodily fluids, as his legal team is investigating the possibility that Floyd died from a heart condition and not Chauvin's actions. So you got to re-examine this man's heart tissue that they got slides of and look in there and just see if there's any, make sure ain't no kneecap juice in there or something, some leg hair. We all watched this we all watched him put his knee on this man's neck for more than, 9 minutes? He had his foot on his neck, his knee on his neck, while somebody else held him down in handcuffs behind his back so he couldn't do nothing but take it. Another one, what was he on his legs? It's funny how those things just keep on happening, huh? And somebody keep either dying from hysteria or whatever they call that, when you chase a deer through a field and if you chase him long enough, he'll just collapse. I guess they say we got some of that in us, huh? Well, we don't. And we watched it. You know what I'm saying? It's always funny how somebody can justify that. In a 10-page motion to reconsider filed Tuesday, prosecutors from the U.S. Attorney's Office from the District of Minnesota argued that Chauvin had no legal basis for his discovery request, all of which stemmed solely from an email he received from an unvetted doctor offering a weaker version from the medical defense that the version that the jury had previously rejected at the state trial. All right. What kind of spin are they about to try to put on this? You know, they just, this man is dead and gone in a very violent public way. And somehow, just so happened, timing is everything, I guess, right? Prosecutors also disputed Chauvin's claim that he had ineffective counsel at the trial, claiming that his original defense team's decision to examine Floyd's heart was a strategic decision that the courts recognized as virtually unchallengeable. Magnus, however, said the evidence would help Chauvin's defense investigate information from Dr. William Schetzel, if I'm getting it wrong, excuse me, who contacted Chauvin's original trial lawyer, Eric Nelson, and argued that Floyd died from a specific type of heart attack. Yeah, it's the kneecap heart attack, right? What else? A specific type of heart attack. You know, they try to say, oh, well, he overdosed, he OD'd. It wasn't because he had his knee on his neck with his hands in his pocket. You could see that little bad kid face on his, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's seen the little bad kid who's doing something he ain't supposed to. Just whatever. Everybody know what he's talking about. This guy was on on camera doing this, and they saying, "Oh, he OD'd." Well, okay, all right, let's go with that for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Say he's sitting there ODing. Now, they got places, I'm pretty sure, if probably in every state, but they have places where heroin addicts can go and shoot up, die, get brought back to life so they can do it all over again in a few hours or the next day, however they do their shit. But this guy, he OD'd. Now, while he ODing, you got people holding him down. Are they responsible for him dying because they held down this man ODing? I would say yes. If you saw that anywhere else in the street, you would call it that. I mean, come on now. That's not murder. Yes, it is. It says Chauvin new legal team said Nelson never told his client about the doctor's theory, and therefore no testing was done to try to confirm it. They just forgot to do it. Damn, timing is everything. Chauvin should have every opportunity to exhaust his appeal just like any other defendant, said David Gelman, a Philadelphia area criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor. If this was any other case, I bet the Justice Department wouldn't have objected. Yeah. It says Chauvin was also convicted of the state murder charges in connection with Floyd's death on Memorial Day of 2020, when he appeared in a video holding his knee on the man's neck for more than 9 minutes, prompting the riots around the country. I mean, you sit there and they try to say, a lot of people try to say, well, he OD'd. Well, you sat there, you held somebody down while they OD'd until they were no longer here. Is that murder? Since it wasn't the fact that he was choking him and crushed whatever the hell he broke in that little fragile bone in his neck, or he held him in the right position, because there are ways. These are, well, I guess might as well say trained killers. I don't know if he was in the military, I'm not sure. But they got ways to do that. You know. Nelson did not immediately respond to the request of comment. After his conviction, another inmate stabbed Chauvin 22 times in a federal prison in an alleged attack inspired by the BLM movement, which picked up steam after Floyd's death and has been criticized for violent demonstrations around the country. So he get poked up 22 times. Now you got people making jokes all over the place on TV, radio, internet, phone, whatever you looking at to see some type of news or just whatever's going on. People going to jail, prison to get violated. They think it's really funny for men to go to prison and get violated or get stabbed up. Either or, it's funny. But when it happened to this guy, it's not. This the guy who sat there and he did worse because he's still alive. He did worse than get stabbed. Stab somebody 22 times. But it's bad when he do it. Make people feel sad, huh? I don't feel sad for him. Chauvin was one of the 4 who arrested Floyd after he allegedly passed a counterfeit $20 bill at a coffee shop and refused to cooperate with police. A fake 20, coffee shop. I thought it was a liquor store. Yeah, well, Chauvin's appeal of his state murder charges was rejected by the Supreme Court last year. All right, since real quick, even when they had the guy down and he's sitting there with his knee on his neck, he had him in handcuffs. When you had him in cuffs, why not get him up, put him in a car, get him up, hold him down, whatever, other than have your knee on his neck? And if you saw him ODing, you know what I'm saying? turn him on the side, whatever, just like a seizure or something. I don't know. But you sat there with your knee on his neck, looking at the crowd. It was sickening, to be honest. And the people who thought could justify it, it's just sick as this guy almost. You know what I'm saying? You're pretty close, because if you can justify watching someone hold someone else's neck for minutes and minutes long, when you know this person is either gone or needs serious medical attention because of what you're doing, and you can justify that because they annoyed you, or they supposedly had a fake $20 bill in either a liquor store or a goddamn coffee shop. They have an arrest record. They have a mental illness. Now, when it's somebody else, their mental illness can always be understood. Just, you know what I'm saying, can be overlooked or understood that that's the cause of whatever situation they might find themselves in. But when you see it, the person getting taken out on camera, on television, or whatever you're looking at it on, it can be justified. I don't see how, but this would be called race baiting or something, because you can look at someone get their life taken, feel bad for the person who get their life taken, and get called the aggressor, get called the race baiter. Yeah, well, that's what you see. There's only compassion for what is there anymore? Yeah, well, guess we'll see. Check me out. Don't ask me.